7 o'clock whenever you're
I
ready.
hate go.
I'm all set.
Good?
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's regular meeting of Woburn City Council on June 18, 2024. Just a reminder to everyone, tonight's meeting is being recorded for broadcast. Also, please silence your cell phones. If you can, please stand with me and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Clerk Higgins, if you would call a roll, please.
Counsel Campbell.
Present.
Counsel Demers.
Present.
Counsel DeMambro.
Present.
Counsel Ferrulo.
Present.
Counsel Mercer Bruin.
Present.
Counsel Papalato.
Present.
Counsel Toro.
Present.
Counsel Viola.
Present.
President Dillon.
Present.
Make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the previous meeting's journal and approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Make a motion to suspend the rules to take the two resolves regarding the Eagle Scouts as the next matters on the agenda.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
The first item on the agenda would be the resolve for Eagle Scout John Juliuson.
Councilor Viola?
Whereas Eagle Scout is the highest honor for Boy Scouts of America, and whereas Woburn resident John Juliuson became a member of Troop 502 in Woburn, Massachusetts, and whereas John Juliuson chose for his Eagle Scout project, community service project, to build 2 little free pantries that are available at any time of the day where people can take and or donate food as needed, with one location located at the United Methodist Church in Woburn and the other at the Woburn Boys and Girls Club. And whereas John Juliuson successfully passed his Eagle Scout Board of Review and was recognized at a special court of honor for attaining the rank of Eagle Scout, now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Woburn that the Woburn City Council recognizes the achievement and accomplishments of John Juliuson and extends best wishes and hopes for continued future success. It's signed by all the city councilors.
Congratulations. Would like to say a few words. Tell us what you did over there, please.
All right, so as you said, my project was the 2 little free pantries. For my Eagle Scout project, I wanted to do something that could benefit anybody who needed it, and so I thought everybody needs food, and so if somebody needs food, they can go up to the pantry at any time of day. They can just take anything out of it for free, and anybody who wants to can just stop by, put any food in it if they wanted to make a donation, and so it's kind of like give and take at need, at will, just anytime. And for the 2 locations, I picked the United Methodist Church. I thought that was a good spot because it's right on Main Street. It's easy to see, and people can just kind of come by, take what they need, or leave what they wanted to donate. And at the Boys and Girls Club, because it gets a lot of traffic there, and a lot of people can, like, if they're picking up or dropping off kids, they can leave food or take food if need be. And so that's why I chose to do my project and where I put the pantries.
Excellent job.
Awesome.
And thank you for doing that and helping out some folks in our community that need a little help. It's very encouraging to see young men like you getting out there and helping out where the need is to be helped. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
President, I'll make a motion that the resolve be adopted.
Second.
A motion and a second that the resolve be adopted. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is resolve for Eagle Scout Daniel Mostrom.
Resolved, whereas Eagle Scout is the highest honor for boys and Boy Scouts of America, and whereas Woburn resident Daniel Mostrom became a member of Troop 502 in Woburn, Massachusetts, And whereas Daniel Mostrom chose for his Eagle Scout Community Service project to design and build a mobile parent resource kiosk with slate paneling at Grace Chapel in Lexington, which can be moved between floors of the church using the elevator, and provides current information, book recommendations, and timely resources for families with children. And whereas Daniel Mostrom successfully passed his Eagle Scout Board of Review and will be recognized at a special court of honor on June 23, 2024, for attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Woburn that the Woburn City Council recognizes the achievements and accomplishments of Daniel Mostrom and extends best wishes and hopes to continue the future success. And it's signed by all the city councilmen.
How are you tonight, Daniel?
I'm good.
Tell us a little bit about what you did.
Yeah,
please.
so I decided to build the kiosk because my mother's actually works down the children's area at our church, and she saw a need for that and put me in touch with the people who could get me started in getting that approved and worked on. And I really think it was like necessary for the children's area in the church because not everybody always has access to like online resources for information. So I think the physical information aspect is really important because it's able to help newcomers and like regulars alike. And also the slat walling on the outside, like you can put like all sorts of different brochure holders and stuff so it can be rearranged for, to match the needs of the children's area at any time. There's also shelving on the inside to hold Bibles, pens, whatever they need for it. So yeah, it's just really important for them to have down there so more information about the church can like spread to families and children alike.
Great. Thank you, Daniel, and I thank you and John. The two of you showed maturity beyond your years. Great job. Take a minute to take some pictures, perhaps.
Mr. President, I'll just make a motion that we adopt the result.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. And do we need a recess for a couple pictures, or we're good? Maybe everyone can come up, the whole council, and take each one individually?
I'm definitely not gonna be able to pick those up, though.
Any of the family members want to come up and get in the picture? Good work. Pictures together or individually? It's up to you guys.
Quick decision.
Everyone come together?
There we go. Executive.
There you go.
All right. We need somebody over this end. There we go. Thank you.
Just one more for you guys. So you guys have it. Thank you. 1, 2, 3.
Parents, come up, head up. Picture.
They're done taking pictures, Rob. You can sit down now.
Maybe just a hand.
Come on over.
Yeah, that's-
My God, you're drinking soda? Wow.
It's 0.
There we go. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I think who in there, though, I have to say. Could have easily wore a side set.
Yeah, the next three we don't, definitely don't.
Yeah, no, I heard, well, we're gonna get them.
Yeah, we change it to this.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we return to the regular order of business.
Second.
Motion and a second to return to the regular order of business. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is the order authorizing the mayor to accept the deed for Lot 2 Marcy Street.
Make a motion that the matter be referred to the Committee on Liaison.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is an order authorizing the mayor to file applications and execute agreements related to Hon Pond Water Treatment Plant PFAS removal.
Make a motion that the matter be referred to the Committee on Finance.
Second.
Motion and a second that this referred to the Committee on Finances. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we take the next two zoning matters collectively.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Both these matters are for communications and order relating to the MBTA overlay district with zoning text amendments and zoning map amendments.
Make a motion that the matters be referred to public hearing together and be referred to the Planning Board.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda we have, under new petitions, is Social Capital Inc. for a special event permit for SCI Woburn Horn Pond Summer Concert Series on July 12th and 26th, with rain dates on August 9th and 23rd, with rain dates at Horn Pond Ice Park. There was a request for waiver of umbrella liability insurance. However, today we received the umbrella liability policy.
Make a motion that the special event permit be granted as amended.
Second.
A motion and a second that this is granted. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
One moment, please, sir. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a petition by Woburn Memorial High School DECA Club for a special event permit for a road race at Horn Pond and area streets on August 10th, 2024.
Make a motion the special event permit be granted.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is a petition by Domenico Galliani for a special permit under sections 5.1 subsection 56, note 15 of the Woburn zoning ordinances to allow for for the construction of a detached 30 by 40 feet garage at Grant Street R.
Make a motion that we refer that to a public hearing.
Second.
Motion and a second that this is referred to a public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda under public hearings is a petition by NSTAR Electric Company, DBA Eversource Energy, for grant of location to install one new joint-owned pole approximately 110 feet south of another pole on Commerce Way. A communication dated today, June 18th, 2024, was received from Jacqueline Duffy, the right-of-way agent for Eversource, requesting a withdrawal.
Make a motion that communication be received, made part of the permanent record.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Make a motion we open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion and a second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on this matter? Please step forward. Hi, how are you
Hi.
today?
Hannah Cooper, I'm from Eversource. I didn't know if you needed any more information about the withdrawal, or,
Sure. Any questions from the council? Yes.
I just want to
Council
thank you for
Falula.
taking down the double pole at Shawam Road
Oh.
and Clinton Street. It was there for 20 years, and it's finally gone, and I appreciate that.
I'm so happy we could get it taken care of.
Maybe that's going to signs of future things happening, we'll see.
Any other questions? That's it. Thank you for attending.
Yes.
Make a motion that we close the public hearing.
Second.
A motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Make a motion that we grant the leave to withdraw without prejudice.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda we have is the NSTAR Electric Company, DBA Eversource Energy, for grant of location to install approximately 5 feet of conduit northwesterly from pole at the intersection of Richard Circle on Washington Street. I believe-
Thank you,
I believe
President.
Ken is the petitioner.
Oh, hello. Hi. Thank you for coming tonight. The only request that I would have is that the sidewalk panels be replaced in full. And I believe that is also something the superintendent of Public Works would expect as well.
Yes.
Not that they be patched, but they be completely replaced, the
Replaced in
panels.
full, of course. Yep, I can
Thank you
definitely-
so much. I don't have any other questions, President
Thank
Dillon.
you. Anyone else?
Well, through you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Are we ready to move on this evening?
I am, if the council is.
I'm comfortable with that. as
No
well.
other questions? Okay.
Make a motion that the public hearing is open?
Second.
Motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
You're opening it.
Opening it.
Open it.
Second
Thank
position,
you. Motion and a second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on this matter? Please step forward. Seeing no one.
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
Motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes.
Make a motion that we grant the right of way?
There is a-
Second and on the motion,
Yes.
that it be conditioned that the concrete sidewalks panels are restored in full, not patched.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Thank you very
That
much.
was just for the amendment,
Yeah.
Thank you.
so you need to do it in the full,
On the vote?
now in the full, to grant it. That was just the amendment.
Okay, so, I'm sorry.
So there's now, so you just handled the amendment, so now on the floor is a motion and a second to grant this with that
Okay,
condition.
motion and second to grant this. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank
You are
you.
all set.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda we have is Bombay Baking LLC for modification of previously issued special permit dated January 8th, 2004, to allow for the replacement of Starbucks Coffee Corpus petitioner and special permit under section 5.1 subsection 29 and 5.1 note 16 of the Woburn zoning ordinance to allow for a fast food restaurant at 350 Washington Street, AKA 204 Cummings Park. A communication dated June 12th, 2024 was received from John Cashell, the planning director, and those are the communications.
Make a motion the communications be received, made part of the permanent record?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Attorney Tybee, how are you tonight?
Great, thank you. For the record, Attorney Joseph Tabby, Reuben and Redmond, 500 Unicorn Park Drive in Woburn, here on behalf of the applicant Bombay Baking LLC, doing business as Kape and Company, that's K-A-P-P-I, which means coffee in India. With me this evening is Babu Korgandi, who's the principal of Bombay Baking, and Scott Thornton of Vanas and Associates, who's the traffic consultant. Petitioner is seeking to modify the special permit dated January 8, 2004, which was the permit originally granted to Starbucks to operate at 204 West Cummings Park. And the modification we're seeking is for Bombay Baking LLC to replace Starbucks as the petitioner. In addition, we're looking to establish hours from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Sunday, all in the former Starbucks store. Again, there's no drive-through as part of this proposal. On January 8th, as I said, 2004, the council granted the original special permit to Starbucks at the same location. Starbucks, as you know, recently received a special permit to move across the street and operate at Woburn Landing. So petitioner has been a Woburn businessman for a number of years, operating the Godavari restaurant across the street at 9 Cummings Park. And what he's looking to do is to operate a coffee shop similar to Starbucks. It'll operate with the same type of coffees. There'll be, food items that they will, heat up like Starbucks did at that location. Plus, he will be adding Indian coffees to the menu. We did receive a communication from the planning department. Mr. Cashell in his communication dated June 12th found no deficiencies with the proposal. In addition, Scott Thornton of Vanessa and Associates has prepared a chip generation letter that we did file, and at this time, I'd ask Scott to come up to review the letter.
Thank you.
How are you tonight?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
For the record, Scott Thornton with Vanessa and Associates. As Attorney Tarby mentioned, we prepared a letter dated May 30th, 2024, identifying the proposed project trip impact as compared with the Starbucks, which was the previous tenant. I would like to issue a few clarifications on that letter. First is that the site, as Attorney Tarby mentioned, would be called Copy and Company, not a Bombay Baking Cafe. The second is that it's in fact not similar to any other site in Woburn. It's totally unique, new facility to Woburn. And the data that was provided for the transactions for the proposed site was developed by the applicant and is not based on any actual customer counts. So we just found this out yesterday, and we intend to issue a supplementary letter that identifies the transactions for the proposed site. That said, the site is not likely to generate the same type of activity as, say, a Starbucks or a Dunkin's, which are probably the two most highly generating traffic coffee stores in the Commonwealth. We would think that if the site generates, even if it generates a similar or less traffic than what the Starbucks generated, then the plaza would operate in an improved traffic condition with less demand for parking and less issues related to circulation. So that's sort of a summary of where we stand, and as I mentioned, we expect to issue a supplement to the letter that was previously provided. I'd be happy to answer any questions or turn it over to Attorney Tarby.
Yes, Councilor Bruin.
Thank you for the clarification on the additional traffic data. I appreciate that. So my recommendation to the council would be that we at least have one committee meeting to take a look at that data. As the ward alderman, or counselor, I don't take great exception to this. I don't think it's going to generate nearly the kind of activity that we saw over there before. But still, I can't make a recommendation without seeing all of the data. I hope you understand that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else?
Make a motion to open the public hearing?
Second.
Motion and a second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on this matter? Please step forward. Seeing no one.
Make a motion the public hearing be continued to the regular meeting of the City Council on July 16th, and that the matter be referred to the Committee on Special Permits.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is Teresa's Closet petition for new secondhand dealers and secondhand collector's license at 164 Main Street. I believe, the petitioner is here.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Okay.
You just state your name and address, please.
Teresa Batoni, 44 Lake Street, Billerica, Massachusetts.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about what you'd like to do there.
My daughter's trying to keep me busy because I'm retired, and they wanted me to move in with them, and so they suggested, all right, why don't you have like a secondhand store, and get rid of stuff in your house and all our stuff. So I have two girls, so it was their idea to buy me a secondhand store. So I was gonna do thrift shop, but then they said it's better to do secondhand. So it's just going to be all junk. It's basically a junk license, a junk dealer, they told me. So there won't be, it won't be anything, it's just gonna be old clothes, mostly clothes, and little pieces of furniture that can fit in my car, because I'm always stopping at the side of the road and picking up furniture. And they said, you'd be perfect for this, because you love, you know, my house is full of chairs and tables, and I refinish them, and so I've never done anything like stores before, so it's all new to me. So, I mean, if you want to come down, it's full of stuff already. You can come in and see, you know, there's nothing worth anything. I don't want anything expensive because I don't want anybody breaking in. So there's going to be, and the basement shares condos, so it's, you know, nothing's going to be of any value, so.
That doesn't sound like retired life to me. Any questions from the council? Seeing none.
Question to the clerk through the
Yes.
chair. Does this have to go for a second reading, or can this be approved tonight?
No, it can be approved, Bob, but maybe you would like to know that she did pass the background check with the police department.
She did pass a background
Yes.
check.
Okay.
Is there any type of insurance rider or anything that's required with this license?
I
It's
would
a condo, there's 4 stores in an apartment, and I guess the condo, the insurance is all, everybody does condo fees for the insurance. I think that's how it works.
Councilor DeMambro.
I just have one question. Do we have to have any type of city officials sign off on anything, fire department, anyone, Commissioner Quinn, anybody need to go by and check out the store prior to the tenant moving in?
The building department told me I'd have to go to the police department and sign up with them.
Police department only, not the fire department?
My son-in-law's a fireman
Okay.
in Arlington, but yeah, the fire department's right across the street from the store, in the next block.
That would be that's my only
Yeah.
question, sir.
Yes, Councilor.
The only reason why I questioned that was because I don't think I've had a secondhand license come before us on the council while I've been here, so I didn't know about the procedures that were in place, if it was similar to any other the license that we did that would have required any type of insurance or taxes being in order, but
Well-
if that's not the requirement of the license, then I don't see any reason to send this off to committee.
Okay, and he
My
told,
rents are under,
he told me that, are you gonna sell expensive jewelry and stuff? And I said, no, because first I said thrift shop, and he mentioned jewelry, and I said, no. He said, well, then it's secondhand, because the jewelry and the gold would have been in a thrift shop, but secondhand means junk. So I said, no, there's not gonna be anything that's of value in there, so that's why he said, we'll make it secondhand junk.
Councilor DeMambro.
I would just feel comfortable, Mr. President, if maybe the fire chief could go down or a fire inspector go down, just to explain the rules and regulations in accordance to how much material you can have near entrances, exits, so on and so forth. Perhaps check the sprinkler systems if need be, regulations in accordance to how close to the ceiling you can maybe hang things, so on and so forth, sir.
on the application, there's no sign off for anyone, but the section 5.3 has has everything on it, so there's reasons for denial, and it says what it could be.
Mr. President, just one more question for the
Yes,
petitioner.
Councilor Demers.
Are you gonna be doing any, like, refinishing of furniture on site, or is it all gonna be at home and then you'll?
Yeah, probably at home, because it's not very big, it's like only 12
I mean, is it a?
feet
so
by
you're in a
30
Is it a
feet.
residential unit that you're gonna be in, or like a
No, there's
storefront in a
4
residence?
stores, there is a residential upstairs, but it's on the other street, so there's like a hair salon and nail salon, and barber shops coming, and
From the chair to Clerk Higgins, would this not be similar to like recently Mustel's Jewelry Store had a second-hand?
They've had it, they're just renewing it,
Okay.
and I don't believe there's a.
Same license though, correct?
Same license, but this is a new
Yes.
applicant. There hasn't been a new applicant in quite a while.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
Are you gonna buy and sell or just put your stuff to sell?
oh, no, it's all like, everybody's giving me clothes, it's mostly clothes.
So if
I'm
I
not
came
gonna
in-
buy anything, no, it's mostly hand-me-downs, or it's gonna be like, Salvation Army kind of thing.
But if somebody came into the front with a bag of clothes and wanted to sell it to you,
No.
would you buy it from them to resell?
No. Because I have too many people, my daughters, their friends, everybody's throwing stuff at me, and I'm like, I'm not doing consignment. So I'm not, but I do have all the rules saying I need to keep records, whatever,
That's
you
where I was
know, I
going.
sell, I write what, you know, how much I get, and I have that, they told me that everything's got to be written down, documented.
Counselor Viola.
Is there enough parking on the street in that area?
There, next to the building, there's another building, and there is a little parking lot there. And then diagonal is CVS, and there's a huge parking lot there.
Through the chair to Councilor DeMambro. Lou, I think this is the area where that you guys put a couple 1 hour
With the
parking.
1 hour parking. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is one of those.
Any
Yeah.
other questions?
I just would like.
Yes, Counselor Bruin.
Just a comment. First of all, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
So if there's a nail place and a hair place, and so people can go and do all those things, and then stop at your place to pick up some, I think the term people are using these days is vintage.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
a lot
Oh,
of vintage.
That's
right?
right.
So have at it. The young people love that. So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. You can all have a discount when you
Yeah.
No, that's,
Yes, Counselor Campbell.
say, I work for the town. And you
Teresa,
come
I
in
just-
and look anytime.
Teresa, I just want to say that don't forget, someone else's junk is someone else's treasure.
Right.
And that's what I always say to my husband when I'm picking things up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
You know? So I will be in there.
good.
Taking a look around. The best of luck. I think this
Thank
is a
you.
great idea. And I love the fact that you retired, your daughter saw something that you would love to do or think that you would really enjoy doing, and that they move forward to help you have this come true. So I'm very excited about that.
Counselor Viola.
Just one other follow-up question. What are your hours of operation and what days are you going to be open?
Well, I was gonna start out, I was thinking like around 10 usually, because I get up early, but I don't think anybody's gonna be around at 6, 7 o'clock. So I figured to avoid rush, probably I'd leave like Bill Ricker at 9, maybe 10. Usually I go now for like 10 to a couple of hours, you know. So maybe like 10 to 5 or 6, or maybe go home for lunch. I'm gonna have to wait and see how the traffic is. And like if a lot of people come in at a certain time, then I'll go there. Or if, you know, I'd have to feel it out, like it's all new to me. So I'll just have to play it by ear.
Days of the week as well?
Yeah, I don't,
Day to Sunday or Monday to Friday?
yeah, like anytime when I'm.
Any
I
day?
just get up and go. I figure I can make my own hours, right?
If I may ask Clerk
Yes.
Higgins, are we supposed to condition anything with hours or days of the week?
I mean, I think that's in your realm to condition it for hours of operation
Okay.
or secondhand. But it's up to you guys.
Mr. President, I'm going to make the suggestion that we open the public hearing and then continue it.
Very good.
That way, we can kind of flush out some of these ideas with the petitioner so that we can have organized thoughts on what conditions will be there. Better
Then-
safe
Well,
than
I'm sure you'll
sorry.
get a complaint if I was there
Well,
late
no,
at
better,
night
I
and
think,
making
I think, I
noise.
think it may be better off, better safe than sorry, that we have the conditions outlined and that we're not spitballing it this evening.
Is that in the form of a motion?
So moved to open, well, we got to open the public
Yes.
hearing.
Okay.
Second.
A motion and a second to open the public hearing.
What's that mean?
All in favor?
Aye.
We're going to ask if anyone else in the audience would like to talk about your petition in front of us here. So, is there anyone else that would like to come forward and speak in this matter? Seeing no one.
So I will make a motion that we continue this to the regular meeting of July 16th and that the matter be referred to the Committee on Public Safety and License.
That's a
There
lot.
is a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 That passes.
What's that mean?
So what that means is that we're gonna have you come in, meet us in the room over here, and we're gonna kind of get an idea more talk casually and find out. One of the things you may want to do is figure out your days and your hours of operation, and you may want to do it more than you think you need. That way, you don't have to come back and ask for us to change it.
Okay,
So
so
that-
I say 10 to 6.
That's one of the things we'll talk about. and in
Maybe
the
take a
mean-
lunch, maybe an hour. in
Yep.
between.
So we'll talk about that in the committee room, and then we'll schedule it for another public hearing here, and then vote on it.
Okay, so,
So we'll get in touch with you.
all right, and when
Well-
would the next public hearing be?
The
They voted July 16th.
July 16th. But
In
before
another
that,
month?
pardon me?
So I have to wait a whole month?
Yes. Well, you can get your stuff ready and get it in prime shape.
Well, I'm going on vacation August 20th to September. I'm gonna be gone a month.
Okay? We'll get you squared away
You'll
before
be
then.
all set by the 16th.
Okay.
And we'll be in touch. Gordon will give you, we're dealing with Gordon at the city clerk's office. Gordon will get in touch with you and let you know when the committee meeting is.
Okay, so the committee meeting's the big one or the one
No,
in two?
it's right, it's less formal than
So
this.
that's in what, 18th, you said?
That isn't
My
safe.
office will be in touch with you when the committee meeting will be scheduled. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Next item on the agenda is Viet Thai Restaurant Inc. doing business at Saigon Eatery for a special permit under section 5.1, subsection 29, section 7.3, and 8.2.5, and a modification of a previous special permit to allow for a revised site plan, fast food restaurant, and modification of parking at 299 Mishawam Road. A communication dated June 18th, 2024, today was received from John Corey, the city engineer.
Make a motion the communication be received, made part of the permanent records.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Attorney Tarby, you have the floor.
Yes, Attorney Joseph Tabby, Reuben and Redmond, 500 Unicorn Park Drive in Woburn, here on behalf of the petitioner. With me this evening is the petitioner and Bob Smith of Bowman, who's the traffic consultant. As you know, the request was, one, to revise the site plan of record, two, fast food restaurant under 5.129, and then a modification on the parking from 148 to 144. And then the property is non-conforming because of the setback of 30 feet. So if the council deems it appropriate to vote on this matter this evening, would also need you to make the finding under section 7.3. So we've had two public hearings, one on May 21st, one on June 4th. We answered all the various questions that came up during that time, and after the last hearing, the only open issue was hearing from the city engineer as to his review on the traffic data submitted by Bowman. So last week, Bob Smith and I had a Zoom call with Jay Corey to review the traffic, and he subsequently issued his memo today indicating that he would recommend that the applicant, because of the minimal traffic impact, be responsible for maintaining the do not block the box striping going forward. This is a minor item and deals solely with the subject project. So I did discuss with Councilor Bruin a list of proposed conditions for this petition. I don't know if everyone has a copy, or do I need to submit them? Do you have copies?
I'll make a motion that you submit the working draft, attorney.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if I could just run down the list of these conditions, summarizing them, proposed conditions. One is the typical condition one, which incorporates the site plan of record dated March 22nd, 2023. Two, makes all conditions of prior special permits part of this special permit to remain in full force and effect. Hours of operation Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Condition 4, signage plan shall comply with all existing city ordinances. 5, petitioner shall be responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of its property on a daily basis to prevent accumulation of trash and other debris. 6, requires all dumpsters to be enclosed in compliance with the zoning ordinance in Title 8. And 7, prohibits a drive-through in connection with this restaurant. And 8, prior to any request for either temporary or final occupancy permit by the petitioner, the property owner shall complete the following: resurfacing of the parking lot, restriping of parking spaces, resetting of all sloped granite curbing requiring resetting, removal of the broken down perimeter fencing, repair, maintenance of all landscaping. And then condition 9, the property owner shall maintain the parking lot striping and service in good condition in perpetuity. And 10, as mitigation for this project, the property owner shall be responsible for maintaining the do not block the box striping on Mishawam Road at the site driveway. Those are the proposed 10 conditions.
Any questions for Attorney Tarby? Yes, Councilor Ferrullo.
Joe, you're saying property owner, that's the landlord, that's not this person, is it?
I'm sorry, what?
The landlord's responsible for what you're saying here, not the, the,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's, everything that's being done is for the benefit of the entire center.
okay, thank you.
Yes, Councilor Toro.
Attorney Tarby, condition D under item 8, removal of the perimeter fencing. Why is that? I think it's broken down, but that perimeter fencing was put up for a reason. I'm assuming at one point it's being taken down and not reinstalled, new perimeter fencing? Is that how I'm reading that, or?
Yes, yeah, I'm not sure whether that was put up when the property was built or whether it was part of a previous special permit, but in talking to the property owner, they were trying to encourage more cross-connection between the adjoining properties.
I know that that's the West Marine property there, right? Like,
Yes,
where is that perimeter fencing on? Where is it? Left, right, behind? Where is that in relation? I'm just curious, because if it was put up at one point in time and then obviously wasn't maintained, I'm just curious to see if we should be asking the owner to put up new perimeter fencing. I'm just curious. Sorry to put you on the spot, too.
so according to the like the existing conditions plan, trying to see where it identifies the fence. Usually there's a fence notation.
What are the areas between the base driveway and the building?
Well, we know there's not one across Mishawam Road. I know there's not one along the Scrubadub property. Bear with me for 1 second, yeah.
Yes, Councilor Burrow.
Thank you, President Dillon. I don't recall there being a condition in the original special permit, but I could be wrong. It's been a long time. I don't take any exception to having that fence removed. I don't think it poses any safety hazards or anything like that. But if my fellow council members feel differently about it, I'm happy to listen. But I don't recall there being a condition when this was first came in front of us many years ago.
Yeah, well, I know, that there's no fence along the front.
Yeah, and I know there's nothing along the
And there's
front.
nothing-
I'm okay
And-
if it's,
And so people understand, the going in and out of that building, the restrictions on the turns, that hasn't changed. Those will remain in effect as well. So if people are concerned about that, that's not changing, so. But
was-
again, I'm always happy to listen to ideas, right?
no, if Councilor Mercer Bruin is okay with it, it's her ward. It was just a question that I wanted answered and just wanted to make sure it wasn't a safety issue
Yeah.
and should be reinstalled if we're thinking this isn't a safety issue and it's fine and Councilor Mercer Bruin is fine taking it down, then I have no objections to it either, so.
Councilor DeMambro, then Councilor Ferrullo.
I mean, I see no problem with taking that fence down. It is kind of banged up and bent and twisted, and there's brush running through it, and it looks like hell, quite frankly. But I will say on the record, you're not going to touch the fence in the back, because that's the barrier for Route 95. That's a safety barrier. That can't be touched. And I know there's not one on the left side, and there's not one on the front. So, yeah, the one on the left, the right side in the front. The one on the left side, though, yeah, that probably should go. Thank you.
Councilor Ferrullo.
I was just going to suggest that perhaps the back fence, if that's what they're referring to, that's a mandate by MassDOT.
That's not. No, it's through the chair, but that's not the fence they're talking
Okay,
about.
that's my only thought.
Right. You're not talking about removing the back fence that Councilor DeMambro
No,
just
no.
referred to, because Councilor Furlow pointed out that is a mandate by Mass DOT. So,
Correct, yep.
okay, thank you.
It would be along where Popeyes is
Yep.
and Dunkin'.
Any other questions?
Make a motion to open the public hearing?
Second.
Motion and a second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in this matter? Please step forward. Seeing no one.
Make a motion to close the public hearing? Second.
Second.
A motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
I'll make a motion that we make the following finding under section 7.3, that the change, extension, or alteration is not substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
Is there a second? Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
I'll make a motion that we grant the special permit with the 10 conditions as outlined in the working draft.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Tarby. Good luck.
Good luck.
Next item on the agenda is Citizens Bank for a special permit with site plan review under section 11.6, subsection 10, 7.3, 13.5, and 18.4 for the demolition of a portion of the building and construction of a new building addition with drive-up ATM service at 1 Commerce Way. One moment, please. There are no communications.
Mr. Roscoe, how are you tonight?
Very well. Glad to be in air conditioning.
There you go. It is nice in here. Thank you. You have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, folks. When we last appeared, we had some items to work through with city staff and city departments. And I think as of approximately a month ago, we had gotten satisfactory letters and communications from departments and staff, either resolving all the issues or presenting some conditions for potential decision. So I just wanted to make an appearance tonight and see if the council had any questions, concerns.
Councilor Boone.
Oh, thank you, President Dillon, and thank you, Mr. Roscoe, for coming down tonight. I know this has been arduous process for the city and for yourself, so I'm glad.
Challenging.
Yes,
Challenging.
yes, I'm glad that we're here tonight, ready to wrap this up. So I do have a few conditions, and I know you've satisfied most of what you needed to do already. But one is I need the exact date of the plan of record, because we need to include that here tonight. The other condition would include that you agree to collaborate with the building department on the construction management plan, including but not limited to dust control, street sweeping, and equipment storage, and that the hours of operation for construction shall be Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., and there'll be no work shall take place on major holidays or holidays in which City Hall is closed. That's a pretty standard condition that we put with all of our projects. And that you also agree to work with the engineering department to purchase and install the traffic equipment controllers and do the striping as outlined in City Engineer Corey's memo. And that you will collaborate with our police traffic division to create a traffic management plan given where this location is, including police details when required, and that will certainly be a conversation that you would have with them. And that's all I have for additional conditions. The council may have more, but they seem reasonable to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And the final plan of record that we submitted after getting conversations through with Mr. Duran, so that's revised as of May 10th.
Okay, that's what I had
2024.
on the email, but, okay.
So that's, hopefully that takes care of that item. And then I think we had already gotten a dust control confirmation from Tom Quinn. So that may already be in place. I know that we had to provide a dust control document, and I have an email saying that he was satisfied, so.
Okay. And there's also other things included in there, like equipment storage. And the reason that gets brought up is because sometimes the projects will happen and people will store their equipment in places it doesn't belong. So you can work with Commissioner Quinn on those kinds of items.
Very well.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'm all set, President Dillon.
Thank you. Councilor DeMambro.
I would just ask one thing. It's pretty busy down there. If you're gonna have Connex containers, you're gonna load them up with tools, this, that, and the other thing. Those things are expensive. Lock everything up. It's a busy intersection over there. There's a lot of cross traffic. The highway's right there. We don't want to see anything go missing. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Viola.
Through the chair to Councilor Mercer Bruin, would you want construction fencing up as well?
Through the chair, that absolutely would be a conversation that Commissioner Quinn will have. That's all part of a construction management plan, absolutely. But thank you for bringing it up.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Any questions for Mr. Roscoe?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion and a second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in this matter? Please step forward. Seeing no one.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we make the following finding under section 7.3, that the change, extension, or alteration is not substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion that we grant the special permit with the conditions as outlined by Councilor Mercer Bruin.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Thank you,
All right.
Mr.
Thank
Roscoe.
you, Mr.
Thank you very
Roscoe.
much.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Next item on the agenda, under committee reports, from the Committee on Finance, the order that the sum of $750,000 be transferred from overlay reserve account to OPEB trust fund account. A committee report was received, ought to pass.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
The motion and the second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the order for the capital budget fiscal year 2025, that the sum of $4,530,020.85 be transferred from unreserved fund balance account to various capital projects. A committee report was received, ought to pass with the following amendment: to cut $10,000 for the line item, new chairs for city council chambers.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
Second.
The motion and the second. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item on the agenda is on the order of the sum of $10,000 be transferred from mayor's salary adjustment account to library salary account. A committee report was received, ought to pass.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the order that the sum of $12,000 be transferred from workers' compensation account to census postage account, a committee report was received, ought to pass.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the order to revoke opioid settlement stabilization fund and place in a special revenue fund, a committee report was received, ought to pass.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the, from the Ordinances, Charter, and Rules Committee, on the order amending the Woburn Municipal Code by deleting and replacing in its entirety Title 13, Public Services, a committee report was received, ought to pass.
Make a motion the committee report be adopted.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Next item under appointments is the appointment of John J. Garcia to the Board of Trustees of the Woburn Public Library.
Make a motion the committee, make a motion that the matter be referred to the Committee on Personnel.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the appointment of Maria Zico to the Woburn Redevelopment Authority.
Make a motion the matter be referred to the Committee on Personnel.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
On the order designating the fountain at the Harold Wyman School located at 39 Wyman Street as the Ward 3 Precinct 1 and Ward 3 Precinct 2, these in order, excuse me, signed by President Dillon.
Mr. President, just a point of clarification of this
Yes.
order. So this is just bringing the voting location back to the farm stand as it was split and put over to the Harold Wyman during COVID for social distancing purposes, so it's a return to what was there before. Make a motion the order be adopted.
Well, you need to,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll receive the report of the city clerk on the Ward 3 polling location change from the Board of Registrars.
and you need to amend the,
Oh, and, yeah, that's right, thank you. I'll amend the order by adding the Spence Farm Stand and striking at the Harold Wyman School, and amending at 39 to turn that into 41 Wyman Street. So I'll make a motion that the order be adopted as amended.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
thank you. One moment. Next item on the agenda is the order allowing the city clerk to use mass notification system for upcoming elections.
Make a motion the order be adopted.
Second. On the motion.
Yes.
I think this is a great idea for the city to do and to also get more public involved with our elections.
Second that.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
That passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:58.
Yes, we are. 58 minutes, Cal. 58.
There we go.